So I want to talk today in this video about sound candy and adding it into your mix to make your whole track sound more live and just have it fill up. I know as a beginning producer, when I started to produce music with just the bass instruments, like the basic elements that make up into a song, my mix was never full. And once I learned this technique of adding in little sounds here and there, it kind of brought my music more life, and it gave me a lot of content to work with in the mix, which I could add in or take out and then just have a more complete feeling project. Okay, so here's the song with just the bass elements. So I got the kicks, the main synth, and it's got a bass in it too. I'm gonna count the drums as like a full kit. It's got the kick, clap, and then some other elements into it. Okay, so not bad. The main synth is so big and wide that it fills up a lot of the space in the mix, but it just sounds pretty boring. So what I did was I added some more elements and Foley into it. Group number 24 here has a lot of those elements that kind of bring out the sound. So here, I'm gonna solo the Foley part. We'll have a listen. So you can kind of hear some of the elements are offbeat, and that was kind of an intentional thing to just fill out some of the spacing musically and just to kind of make it more interesting. All right, so let's add that with the mix. Is without. And another element that I actually used was this guy right here. It's kind of like one of my favorite plugins right now. It's the Buchella easel. It's part of the Archeria pack, and there's a bunch of different sequences and loops that are really analog sounding, and it's built by this, I don't know what kind of synthesizer this is. It's almost like those like weird voltage analog synths. That's like kind of gives like a drone sound. And then if I move around with these, yeah, just like really cool ambient stuff that you can kind of mess around with. So here, let's replay it. Actually, I ended up starting the song with this part, with the actual synth itself, because I thought it was so cool. Then another part that I added into the drums are the hats. like a pad. So I have really minimal effects on a lot of these elements, but I added a bit of stuff to every element, just bits and bits that add up to like the whole. And then I also like to pan a lot of the elements. As well, the Foley elements aren't too loud. It's loud enough, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's part of the mix as a whole. Like even like the drone element that's sitting at -30. But the whole idea is that it's not louder than the main elements, but it kind of just sits in the back room. Alright, so that's pretty much all that I want to discuss today, is adding in elements to spice up your mix. Because oftentimes having main instruments just isn't enough and won't cut it. So by adding in these small elements, you can kind of add more groove, add more layers, and add more depth into the song. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I hope to see you in the next video. If you have any questions, please comment down below and hit that like button to support me, because it will really help out the channel a lot. Peace guys.